Hello friends, it's Mari here for Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to be creating this card that you can see here for you today. I'm going to be using the Amazing Adventure Awaits 6 by 8.5 inch paper pad. This paper pad is absolutely stunning. I'm going to do a really quick flip through of the papers in this paper pad. There's some landscape sort of looking papers with really great different textures and patterns on the other side. Love that these papers are always double-sided. I think Honeybee Stamps just does an amazing job of their paper pads. You can see some of the other really gorgeous patterns and scenes that are created on these papers. And look at this one. I just love how this would coordinate beautifully with so many of the different products from this release. That wood grain one that looks like a slice of a tree, and look at all of these different floral and foliage pieces. This one here with the ovals and so many really fun patterns that are very unique. Now you do get two of each one of these different patterns that are in the paper pad, and you get a total of 24 sheets of paper in the paper pad. So that's really fantastic value and just really awesome. I love the weight of the paper in these paper pads as well. So I am going to be using some paper from this pad today for my project. In fact, I use a couple of different patterns for this card. I'm also going to be using the Sweet Stacks ovals and of course this gorgeous lovely layers water lily die set. There are so many dies as part of this set to create the most gorgeous layered water lily and bud, and then of course the Sweet Stacks ovals that can be used for so many different projects that you might be wanting to work on. I'm going to use this oval here, the oval die, to die cut out this oval shape that is in the paper pad. This is going to be part of the focal point for my card today, so I'm just going to go ahead and die cut that out, and then I'll use the next largest, which is actually the largest oval in the set, to cut out a piece of forest green cardstock to layer behind that foliage oval. I'm going to now go ahead and colorize my different cuts for my water lily. So what I did was I die cut these dies out from white cardstock, and then I just put them in order on my desk according to the layering guide that's provided by Honeybee Stamps. And I'm going to just go ahead and ink blend onto this white cardstock with some Distress Oxide inks. I'm using Kitsch Flamingo and Worn Lipstick for the blooms. I don't actually end up using the saltwater taffy. I had it out on my desk just in case I decided I wanted to use it, but I only use these other two tones of pink. So you can see here that I'm mostly concentrating the color on the areas that do have the line embossing on the paper. So when you die cut these, there are embossed lines as part of the die, and those are actually the parts of the bloom that will be exposed once everything is all layered. So when I do the colorizing, the ink blending on these pieces, I always focus my ink blending on those areas with the lines. So now I've started off with that Kitsch Flamingo, and I've added Kitsch Flamingo to all of the different die cut pieces. Now I'm going to go in with the Worn Lipstick and add a little bit of this really pretty corally pink over top. And this is just going to add that little bit of extra depth and dimension to the ink blending so that you can still see a little bit of that light pink. It blends nicely with this beautiful Worn Lipstick, and it just creates the most gorgeous, I think, color of pink here as I'm blending these away. So I'm just going ahead using that clockwise and counterclockwise circular motion with my small ink blending brush from Honeybee Stamps. And I'm just going ahead and just using my brush to just go ahead and add that color in that way. Super easy to do and does not take long at all to add this color to your die cut pieces. I'm just using my Honeybee pick here, my craft tool, to help me pick these pieces up off of my silicone mat as I'm going through. And now I'm going to add a couple of tones of green. I'm going to be using pine needles and mowed lawn here for these smaller green pieces. And I think in certain instances I was thinking about adding some twisted citron. I don't think I did that, but I did just kind of stick with this mowed lawn and pine needles. I felt like these two colors just sort of did the trick. Now these two little center pieces that are going to layer together for the center of my water lily, I'm going to color them both with Fossilized Amber Distress Oxide ink, and I will go in a little bit later with some Marigold and add a little bit of marigold to the larger piece here that is going to be sort of like the background centerpiece, and then the smaller piece will layer over top of that. So just using that craft pick to help me hold those pieces in place. And now that I've got everything colored, I'm going to use thin foam adhesive squares. So these ones are not the thicker pieces. They're quite thin actually. So I am going to add dimension to my water lily, but it's going to be sort of like a manageable amount of thickness with these different pieces. So I'm just going to add that thinner foam adhesive onto the back of each one of these different die cuts, and then I'll go ahead and add these together. So going from the smallest to the largest, so kind of in reverse order that I did the ink blending. And here you can just see I'm using my tweezers to help me place these together. And this is just going to give just a really nice dimensional piece for the focal point for my card. So just adding those little foam adhesive bits onto each one of these, getting them placed. They're super easy to line up. Honeybee does a really great job of adding those common shapes to their different lovely layers dies, so that it's really, really easy to mix up those kind of like, or to put together these little common sections. So you can see that bottom area of the water lily is the same for each one of the die cuts, so that it's really, really easy to build that dimension up. And I just love that. I think that's so beautiful. And now I'm also going to create the bud in just the same way. So I did the ink blending for the bud just the same as the larger bloom. So here you can just see I'm adding these on largest to smallest. So I started with that largest base piece, then went with the next smallest, and then so on and so forth. I'm just going to add these thin little pieces of foam as well to the bud and create the dimension in just the same way. And there is a little layering piece that goes underneath this, which I did with the green colors when I did the green. So I'm just going to add this little layering piece on the front of the bud. This is just the cutest little water lily bud. And here you can just see the little green bits. I'm just going to add those together. These are some pretty tiny little bits, but they go together super easily. And I love using my tweezers to help me add these onto the main piece. So just using my Honeybee liquid precision glue here and getting those all in place. And now I can just go ahead and layer the bud over top of this little foliage piece that goes with this little bud. And you can just see how sweet that is. Super, super adorable. I'm just going to layer that like so. And then there is a stem also that is die cut from the dies that this can be layered onto as a stem for this sweet little bud. Now the water lily dies do have the lily pad as well. I didn't include the lily pad in my project today, so I didn't do the ink blending on the lily pad, but you will just see how I create that effective foliage here with that paper, patterned paper. So I'm just using a little bit of dried marigold for the larger centerpiece here. I'll layer the other one that I did earlier from the fossilized amber over top. So that's just going to create a little bit of contrast and color between these two pieces. And then I'll just add my liquid adhesive onto the back and find the spot where this goes onto the water lily. With my tweezers, I'll just go ahead and add that into the area where this is meant to go on the flower. So super, super pretty. Love those pinks and corals and yellow. Now this is another piece of pattern paper from that Adventure Awaits paper pad. I've trimmed that down to slightly smaller than 5x7. This is a 5x7 side folding white card base. And I'm going to just leave that little tiny bit of white margin on my card base, add that wood grain paper to the background, and now I'll start to assemble the other pieces. So I've got that forest green cardstock. Now I have that oval with the beautiful foliage pattern paper there. I'm going to add a little bit of foam adhesive onto the back of this piece here just to give it a little bit of depth and dimension on the project by adding this little bit of foam adhesive. And I'll go ahead and just get those all in place, remove the backing, and then adhere this down to my wood grain paper. And I'm just going to kind of move that up more to the top, but centering it from side to side because I do want to leave room for my sentiment at the bottom of the card. So this is kind of roughly how I am going to place the beautiful bloom and that bud. I think I end up actually moving the bud down just a tiny little bit when I get that adhered onto the project. And I just love how this looks, and I love how that foliage just really grounds that bloom of the water lily. Now this is a really amazing set. This is called Mini Messages. I love this. It's one of my most favorite sentiment sets that Honeybee has come out with lately. I really, really love it. It's got so many fantastic sentiments. They're a really nice size. I love this mini size. I stamped this out with some black ink onto white cardstock, and there's also a coordinating die set that goes along with the Mini Messages set. It's the Mini Messages banners, and I love that. I love that there's these little strips that are going to cut out all of these fantastic sentiments, and the sentiments are so broad and wide-ranging on that set. It's a real must-have for your stash. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of foam adhesive on the back of that sentiment to bump that up a little bit as well. And I'll add that onto my card with my tweezers. Now this set of pearls is beautiful. This is the Pacific Northwest Pearl Sticker Set. These are gorgeous. They are so pretty. And this really soft pearly green here is just the perfect addition for the colors on this card. So I'm just going to use my craft pick to pick these up off of that plastic backer. Of course, as per usual, the Honeybee stamp sticker, pearl stickers do have sticky on the back of them, which is great. You don't have to stick them down. And now I can just go ahead and grab a couple of more for the bottom area below the flowers and add those on as well. So I've got 5 of these little pearl stickers added onto my project. I really love how they look. I think that they're just really soft and pretty. And now I wanted to just add some white splatter. So I'm going to cover up some different areas. I'm covering up the sentiment, and I'm covering up those pearl stickers. I don't want any of the white splatter on those. And I'm just using a fine paintbrush here to go ahead and splatter this white splatter all over my card. I just wanted this as a little finishing touch, and this is really dimensional white splatter. I really like how it looks. Friends, that's my card for today. I hope you enjoyed. I've linked up to all of the products that I've used today in the description box below. Have an amazing day, friends, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.